And then we have Four of Cups. So taking time to consider how you feel and what you're sincerely drawn to. This is the Ace of Cups that's been offered to you. And I think this is saying that for the first time you recognize how amazing and how beautiful it is. Leo, you have just woken up to a blessing that has been in front of your face, but you were not in a position to see it with new eyes. You now see it clearly. Leo, welcome, my beautiful Leo souls, to this intuitive energy reading that will clarify your situation and illuminate the solutions so you can get back to your best life or step deeper into your best life and best self. Leo, this is where we begin something brand new. This is a new mindset, a clear start, a new person in your life, a fresh beginning. Trust in the magic of this place you've never been before. This is your reset, your new start, the beginning of the next phase of your life. So trust in the magic is also saying you need to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Opening yourself up to the vulnerability of being in a position, a place that you have not been before, whether that is socially, economically, romantically, financially, anything, right? This is a sense of open yourself up to the freshness and the newness of it in a way that is like a child enjoying something like grass for the first time. A wide-eyed objectivity is going to clarify the circumstance in front of you as something that is there to develop you and improve everything about your situation, as opposed to create oppositions to it. Even challenges can become something that is quite valuable, can become things that are quite valuable. But this is so much more optimistic than that, even, to be honest with you. This is believe in your new beginning. So Leo, let's begin here today in this tarot card reading that's starting with oracle cards. This is an intuitive reading that you call to you. So it comes to you because you needed to hear something in it. That's why. If you're looking for a personal reading, go to my website. You can book and schedule whenever the time is right for you. I have many different services that I offer, so you just select the one that works for you. My website is bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. The link is down below to join, and remember to also turn on notifications, even if you are a current subscriber, because I don't think a lot of people have been getting notifications, to be honest with you. Leo, we're in Leo energy now. Okay, we're going to see whatever comes out, and where it comes out is going to be important as well. There you go. It seems like chaos. I promise you it is not. I promise you that's not what's going on here. One more. Let's cleanse the energy. There you have it. Trust in the magic of this new beginning. We have 66. That is up to 12, which reduces down to 3. This is divinity, divine, fated, and just almost perfect harmony. 6-6 is an energy of a relationship, a connection, an idyllic bond. So that may have produced something new or started you along the path to being a different version of yourself, or new child, new beginning, new relationship. Let's get into it. We have freedom is yours. So this is an implication that you are starting fresh, that there is some energy here that has closed itself up, or this week is closing itself up, and that you won't be chained to this obligation anymore. So this is definitely signifying or announcing a new chapter in the book of your life. And then we have take the lead. So you have been tapped. This is an energy that comes out when God says this is something that you have to do. It's also this sense of go boldly and courageously into this next chapter of your life, a conscientiousness you have right now that says, I know this is the right way to go. I know this is my direction. It implies that this is not only a direction that not only have you never been on before, but this is a direction that you are very well paving for other people. And that's not necessarily your intent. But if you see that things have been gloomy or dark ahead of you, it's because you don't have a path. You're blazing the path. And there's a different perspective in that. So you are going to have to connect with your courage energy. As Leo, that is something that is intuitive for you. Freedom of you is yours, though, is saying that there is this energy of openness as well as expansion that is coming into your life. And then we have embrace the in-between. So this is also a transitional period for you. You haven't been here before. This is also a card that sometimes calls you to be economic and balance out certain just figures, economic, especially in your life, to be a little bit more, not even like cut yourself off from things you enjoy, but do I really enjoy them? And can I enjoy this moment without any complications added on top of them? Just let me see where I'm being pulled right now. Let's get into this past, which has come out. We have this and that are true. So definitely more of a transitional in-between period, being able to see both sides of things. So you are sitting on the fence right now, being able to see both sides of things and the goodness of both sides of things, which is really nice. Because if you are wrapping things up, then that means you're not wrapping them up with hatred or fear or disappointment. You're wrapping it up with completion and fulfillment and lessons learned and maybe even success. And then we have time to heal and then know your worth. So there was some bruising or some exercises that you had to go through in order to connect back to your sense of individuality, your sense of personal value. This isn't conceit, my friends. This is actually allowing yourself to be loved and allowing God's love to come into you and for you to accept that you are something deserving of love because God chose you to be alive. So that's a deep healing of a wound of personal imperfection or low self-esteem. And then being able to then, after that healing or because of that healing, see the world differently, maybe see other people's circumstances differently and be able to open yourself up to the both sides of things. Let's get into tarot. Where is this taking Leo? Maybe it's just a message, my friends, that you're needing to hear right now, in which I am happy to channel the message for you so that it can, inspire you to encouragement. We have, yes, a severance, being separated from and feeling isolated, feeling all alone. It is your thoughts that are doing that to you. Your thoughts are actually harming you and isolating you and keeping you from the abundance that is really wanting to be yours. or you're feeling that there was something that you could not have, you were rejected from, maybe purchasing a new house or getting a new job or a more prosperous job, or severed from money or abundance that you expected to come in. So we have the foundation of your challenges, which was something, resources, something tangible you were severed from. This could also be severed from or feeling isolated from, excluded from family, which I think would cut the deepest, because as long as you have love in your life, you have so much. This to me seems more like tangible resources, but it could be for some of you feeling like you are the odd man out, or that you were isolated or rejected from something that you really thought had great value. You valued it a great deal, or feeling that you were not valued. Okay. So where do we go from there? I guess that's what's giving you the new perspective. That's what's helped you see the other side of things, and a truth that you hadn't seen before, because maybe you'd never tasted that kind of rejection or lack of acceptance or limitations on your possibilities or on your opportunities. If you've never experienced it before, it's almost like God has introduced you to a hardship that you never experienced before, in order to open your heart and mind to the compassion for people that go through it quite often. So it's like that's what God wanted to do. He didn't want to torture you or make you doubt yourself, but it's through doubting yourself that God is helping you to be more compassionate to those in less fortunate circumstances, or circumstances that once upon a time you either didn't believe were really real or had cut yourself off from. So there is an opening of compassion here through these challenges. Okay. And that's what the leadership is about. It's like God's going to take you through the ringer so that you can understand how it feels. Because in order to be a really wonderful leader, you have to lead from behind. And to not have an open heart of compassion, you're not really leading people. You're pushing them, shoving them, or forcing them. And that's really not the same thing. So honestly, you're being prepped. You really are. You're being prepped for a beautiful leveling up of sorts. And then we have just karma coming around. What was taken from you is being returned. It may not be in the same way, but it's certainly in something of equal value. Let's put it that way. The story is coming out now, so let's just let it pour. Okay. Okay, so we begin with somebody, with you, fiery and confident and certain, and on the top of their game, and being seen as on the top of their game, a sense of, I have earned this level of respect and dignity. And then we have Page of Wands, almost as if as soon as you get to the finish, you go right back to the beginning, starting something new or working on a new project of some sort. Maybe a part of you or an aspect of you that you've never dived into before. Ace of Cups, you put your whole self into it. Or there is this new love in your life, this new fulfillment that has come in. It is beginning again in love, allowing yourself to start over and discover or rediscover not only the passion, but the compassion that you have for a circumstance. And then we have Four of Cups. So taking time to consider how you feel and what you're sincerely drawn to. This is the Ace of Cups that's been offered to you. And I think this is saying that for the first time you recognize how amazing and how beautiful it is. Leo, you have just woken up to a blessing that has been in front of your face, but you were not in a position to see it with new eyes. You now see it clearly. And then we have slow and steady wins the race. Something had to take its time. Something is very precious, so it can't be rushed. It's also saying a commitment to a day-to-day a day-to-day commitment to cultivating and protecting the future of this. There was a lot of hard work involved, or there's a lot of hard work involved, certainly. It's almost like you've just discovered the value in the lesser than, which is very interesting. What do I mean by that? Things that aren't so high and mighty or prestigious, things that are more mundane, and the beauty of the mundane, no longer trying to escape it, but actually leaning into it and being like, wow, this is actually pretty wonderful. Something had been slow, an offer had been slow. There had been a lot of deliberation and consideration, and the offer will come in. It's just been a slow process. You will be getting word or notification of that now. You will also be able to make a decision on that. It will come easily to you. And then we have the Queen of Cups here, which is could be a person, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. A decision that has come down, deciding to move forward and put your whole self in. This is a person who commits wholeheartedly to something. I think maybe if you hadn't known something or hadn't realized it till now, you will realize it now and ultimately take action as soon as the realization drops. And so expect this week to be a week of initiation, of certainty, and taking that first step, because something has just come into your awareness now and you want to take action on it right away. Let's go into the moon cards first. This could be a maternal energy, a mother energy that is coming, that you are connecting with, or that is impacting your decision-making process, or is the subject of your decision-making process as well. We have surrender to the divine. So this is moon energy. Once again, this is maternal energy. Surrendering to the divine pull of your soul, not the light and not the sun. And I think that this is what has created the catharsis in you. That powerful solar eclipse, of course, is when the moon blocks the sun's light for a moment. It doesn't block the rest of its radiation. It blocks its light. And so surrender to the divine. We have a full moon coming up. This energy of reconnecting to your intuition and your psychic abilities instead of just the forward and the shine. This is the energy of being very emotional and very loving and filled up in a way that is filled with those more compassionate and tender emotions. And so I think it's by that full moon that all of this fulfillment of this phase comes to be or comes to pass. So whatever the challenge is or the transition that has been happening, look to the next full moon to be when that all releases and starts to make more sense, Leo. Let's get into... I just said this. This card didn't come out, but I just said this in the Cancerian reading. And so some of you, especially if you have core Cancerian placements, might want to go watch that reading. But we have progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you have come and all that you have learned. That's an imperative mindset for you right now, Leo, or it would not be coming out. Observer. This is in reverse. So there are still things that you have to see. Or in the dark is when you discover. Right? In the dark is when you discover most clearly who you are. There is that sense of not understanding, but knowing. What is this observer card? Well, we're going to get, hold on. Let me just take a second with it. something that you haven't wanted to see or wanted to avoid seeing is now something that you are willing to look at or able to look at. Why is the Observer card in reverse? Because you hadn't been able to see something. What is Leo not able to see? The subterfuge, what has been undermining you. Wheel of Fortune, it all comes out. Whatever has been going on subvertedly or beneath the surface, making you compromise your sense of self and carry extra burdens, or making it more, whatever has been making it more difficult for you, that is going to be observable and knowable by the full moon. Let's go deeper. For those of you who want to dive deeper into the message with me, please come on over to the extended reading. I would love to see you there.